Message to buyers out there. So if you're a buyer right now, or you're looking to become a buyer right now, as we mentioned while talking about active listings, there's lots of inventory. This is a great time to be selective. You can look for exactly what you want. If you got 10 things on your bucket list, you can perhaps hit 8, 9, and that's perfect. You always have to compromise on one or two things, but because there are so many options, you can be selective. And you also want to be prepared. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have your finances in order, you have a realtor that you're working with, and just make sure that you're ready to go, because these opportunities do come, and good opportunities are out there. And when they're out there, you want to be able to jump on these opportunities. As a buyer right now, these are the clauses that are currently being accepted by sellers. So the finance clause, the inspection clause, and even the sale of buyer's property, depending on what you're buying. There are a lot of scenarios right now where people don't know if their house is going to sell once they make that purchase, or they're looking for such a specific home that they have to purchase first and then sell their existing home. So in these scenarios, we've been going into the offer negotiation by negotiating a condition that allows the buyer to purchase the home and then go ahead and sell their existing property after. There's typically a time frame that's associated with that, but nevertheless, these are clauses that are being accepted right now. And you need to be aware of the new policy changes. So as of December 15th, the first-time home buyer is only able to go up to $1 million at a less than 20% down payment. After December 15th, that number, it changes and goes up to 1.5. So, if you take a look at this little table that I've created for you, you can go as high as $1.5 million, and your down payment would only be $125,000, versus prior to this, your 1.5 million would have had to take on a 20% down payment, which would have created a larger cash requirement needed to get into the market. Okay, even when you look at that incremental increase, pretty much as your price goes up, you're going up $10,000 per down payment. This is great. Again, if you don't have all the cash right now, you're able to take advantage of this less than 20% up to $1.5 million, and really try and get into the market without having to break the bank or having as much cash up front.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, this is going to help people quite a bit, especially if two families are coming together, to buy. You have, a newly married couple with their parents. You're going to be able to come up with the 125. You should be able to manage this and get into the market at the 1.5 to have a home that's going to house everyone, right? And interest rate cuts. As we know, the next interest rate announcement is December 11th, so keep an eye out for that. And once that news comes out, you can kind of start to hear what the rumble is for the new year. As I said earlier in the video, a lot of people are anticipating future cuts in the new year as well. So the December 11th announcement should start to give us a bit of a projection into what's going to happen in the new year. All right, so we spoke about buyers, and what about sellers? So if you're a seller and you're looking to sell in the new year, you need to have a plan, and you need to have a plan very fast. So first things first, connect with a realtor as soon as possible. We would like you to give us an opportunity to represent you. What we say is at least interview us, call us, bring us to your home, interview us, and go interview other agents as well, and then see who you're comfortable with. But connect with a realtor ASAP. Get your exterior pictures done now before the snow comes. We always do this in the fall because we want to make sure we have a really good understanding of what the property looks like, the front, the back, the bird's eye view with drone photos, so we can have these pictures available when there's snow on the ground. And this way you're ahead of the competition as well, because now you can show people what this property really looks like when there's no snow on the ground, and start that decluttering process. People have so much things in their home, and we're all guilty of it. It takes up quite a bit of time, so start that process now. And lastly, anticipate an early spring market, okay? So typically the spring market starts in February, March. This is when prices start to increase slowly. And historically, prices for the year usually max out around June, July. So you really want to make sure you get into the market around February, March. To be, this is when you want to start to get on the market. And as you know, as the times progress, by June, July, prices are going to max out. And then if you've missed that market, you're likely going to be catching the downfall of the market. So be really prepared. If your plans are to go to market and sell in the new year, I would say you want to plan to be on the market between February and April, somewhere around that time period, so you can take advantage of that market increasing.
Yeah, those are fantastic insights. And I couldn't agree more with the idea of getting the photos before the snow. There is nothing worse than a low lighting, terrible photo of your property that's covered in snow and ice and everything else. And honestly, just it's so much better to have those pictures done today. So I would really encourage that. And yeah, that decluttering process is a big deal. I mean, you're going to have walkthroughs through your property. You're going to have showings. You're going to have people, strangers coming through the house. And it seems simple, but honestly, like the emotional tie people have, even to just like the colors of paint that you have, like people have a really hard time seeing past sort of the soft things about the building. So I would really, really, really second that from Saman. Like people see the clutter, they see the crazy colors on the walls, they see anything on the property that's out of order. And all of a sudden they start thinking, I want to deal on this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are looking. People are hunting for things to negotiate with you on. So
yeah,
start this process early and just be as prepared as possible. Okay.